Shut your eyes. Stop your ears. It is too late to run. Too late to save your loved ones or yourself. Too late to plead or surrender. Too late for anything but a desperate and vain panic. Restless, malevolent presences prowl about you, and there is nothing you can do to avert the excruciating doom that will take hold of you at the unseen hour. Is a place of safety and comfort, a refuge from the chaos and hostility of the outside world. Or so we like to think. But all too often there is a darkness that slips through the cracks in those sacred walls, an evil that takes up residence in the heart of your home, and day by day poisons and corrupts the purity of your domestic bliss. Perhaps this grain of discord can be found in every home, but in the new domicile of one Rufus Strideforth, husband and father, 4th class, it is more pernicious than most.
Welcome to your new home, a new nest for us to flourish and grow in.
My goodness me, Rufus, but it is so very large and ominous, and so very dusty.
Yes, and isolated too, far from the support of the nearest village or the security of local law enforcement, with only the flimsiest of telephone connections. Yes, the perfect place to finish my novel and combat my alcoholism. And what does our precocious daughter think of the place?
Sure, this'll do. This'll do just fine. Place to ride my bike. Room to explore with my imaginary friend, Elmore Kent. What do you say, Kent? It makes me nervous.
They grow up so fast. Yes, I'll just toddle down to the basement and start up the furnace.
Look sharp, Kent. Let's go play. I can't think of anything better. Very creaky house, too. I suppose I'd better make it look like a home and get the dinner on.
Ole, ole.
Hello? Is somebody there? Oh my, it's coming from the walls.
Hawk, hawk, hawk.
What in the world is happening?
How dare you enter into our motoring crypt?
Oh, you'll die here. I shouldn't wonder, my dear.
You die here, like we did.
The dark powers will consume you slowly, and you'll lose your will to resist. You'll shut yourselves away and waste to nothing, just like us, my dear. Eki, Eki.
Hawk, hawk,
Hawk. Ooh, ooh.
Ghosts! Oh, never in my life! All right, Mr. Kent, let's play. Let's play Haunted House. I'll be the girl, you'll be the exorcist. Oh, if we must, but no cursing this time.
ole, ole.
Kent, that you?
Okay.
That wasn't you. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord.
Hawk, hawk, hawk.
Ooh, ew.
By criminy, a real ghost.
Not even just one. It's 2 real ghosts.
Boo, and so forth. Are you afraid?
Oh, look, an innocent child.
Do you like your new home?
We can teach you some new games to play here.
Special games that everyone has to play in this house.
One is played with this lovely noose.
And one is played with this shotgun.
simply the most fun. You can stay here and play these games with us forever and ever and ever.
Holy moly, Kent, precocious and peculiar though I am, this is simply too much. I have so many regrets.
Ooey, ooey.
Ecky.
Ock.
Ock.
Ock. Ock.
Ooh.
I ain't sticking around here, no sir.
Well, that's the central heating fix, probably. Yep. Dying there in the dark, cobwebby and earthen-floored basement. Yes, but what's the matter with you two? You are all pale and shaky.
This house is haunted, Rufus. Get us away from here immediately. They're in the walls.
Oh, stuff and nonsense! Haunted! Why, I've never heard anything quite so absurd in my life.
Ma's right. Kent says this place is full of troubled energy and spirits, courtesy of the ancient burial ground it's built on.
Oh, but that's ridiculous! No, ancient burial grounds make excellent foundations. It's probably just a sign of the old pipes. It's probably the wind whistling through the eaves, probably. There's a storm brewing, probably. It's probably that. Listen. Yes, you see? That sounds a bit like voices, maybe. There's no such thing as ghosts. And listen to these pipes in this wall over here. Why, this one sounds exactly like a voice speaking a monologue in a podcast.
I remember which day they brought her in because there was fish and chips in the canteen. No gravy, mind. There's never any gravy. Just that watery slop they swear blind is mushy peas. Anyway, I'll tell you this quick as I can, because I want to help and, well, I ain't got much time. So, it were a Friday. I was still licking grease off my fingers when I heard the metal door next door slam shut. I thought about how Officer Blake touched me when I first came in. Wasn't any ordinary search, that. He went above and beyond, grabbing me tits as hard as he could, rubbing his fat hands between me legs. He made my skin crawl, and I made no secret of that. I wondered if he'd touched her like that too, made sure new girl knew her place. I could hear her crying, so I said through a little gap in the wall, I said to her, "You'll be out before you know it, love. It'll fly by." You could hardly wedge a piece of paper through that bit in the wall where the brick had crumbled off at edge. I remember reading once, though, that a mouse could collapse its entire body and squeeze through an hole the size of a pencil. Sometimes I wished I could do that too. Slip through to other side and sit down next to her. Older Anne, maybe. Oh, I know what you're thinking. But I've had plenty of cock, me. Probably more than you'll ever have. But I wanted to hold her hand. And I'm not really that kind of person. Not even with men, really. That's how I knew she was special. Because hers is the only hand I've ever wanted to hold. I took my mattress off my bed, and she did same with hers, and we laid them down by the wall next to each other so it felt like we was in the same bed. And we'd look at the same star through the bars of us windows and chat about all the things we'd do once we got out. We'd go on holiday. Tenerife or Lanzarote or somewhere, anywhere with sun. And I'd take her kid to the park and push her so high on swings she'd feel like she were flying. And we'd eat burgers and drip ketchup down us happy chins, and if we wanted to live on naught but milkshakes and Chinese takeaways, we would. Because we could. Because there'd be no more rules. Not out there. The lasses on the other side used to tell us to shut up, shouting at us in the middle of the night because they were trying to get some sleep and we were still wagging us tongues. I know I'd never seen her face and she'd not seen mine, but what we had, it were like what you read about in storybooks and see in old films. It were as real as I am and you are sat here right now. I told Officer Blake one day when he was shoving me towards showers that he'd never break me. Because I had dreams now. Proper ones. Because I had her. And that was my mistake, you see. Because I gave him something then, didn't I? something he could use to twist and tear the hope away from me. He told me there was no one on the other side of the wall. Told me she were all in my head. I didn't believe him, not at first. But he got Tracy from the other side to tell me I was only babbling to myself in the middle of the night. It made me think I was going mad. God knows what he gave her to get her to sell me down the river like that. A couple of ciggies, probably. There's no loyalty in here, you know. Eventually, I stopped speaking altogether. I could hear her crying on the other side of the wall, calling my name like she were trying to bring me back from dead, but I just told my stupid brain to silence the voices in my head. Told myself I'd only go from one prison to another if they found out I'd gone mad. And I never did like hospitals, me. They told me later that she'd torn a spring out from the mattress and used the sharp metal end to slit her wrists. She must have felt so alone. Officer Blake made me watch as they pulled her out of her cell. Blood-soaked clothes and tear-stained face. It was the first time I'd ever seen her. My love. I screamed at him, raging that he'd convinced me she wasn't real, and he laughed and told me he'd told her the same thing. Stupid cow, he said. I'd say I didn't mean to slam his head against breeze blocks. That I'm sorry he'll be pissing into a bag for the rest of his life. But that'd be lying now, wouldn't it? Only I'm not the evil fugger, D.I. Arnold. He is. Anyway, I've told you everything now. And I'm glad I have, because like I said, I haven't got much time. Because the thing is, Tracy paid me back in the end for what she'd done. Her brother, he smuggled in some... Well, I won't tell you. Because if you know, you'll tell the paramedics and the folk at the hospital, and they'll have more chance of bringing me back, and I don't want that. I'm going now. I am. I can feel it. All the edges of everything are starting to go all soft, and I feel like I understand now. Blood-soaked clothes and tear-stained face, but still she looked so peaceful. And I get it now. I do. It's 'cause she were free, wasn't it? And soon, I will be too.
You're quite right, Rufus. That pipe does sound exactly like somebody speaking. Nevertheless, there really are malevolent ghosts threatening anyone who enters this mansion.
Now, I won't hear any more of this nonsense. There's no such thing as ghosts, and that's final. Now, we'll sit down and eat this delicious dinner that your mother has made.
Fine, but if you ask me...
Not another word. Sit, eat. What's for dinner, dear?
Awful.
Is it awful?
Yes, it is.
Good. Fine.
Ole, ole.
Oh, Rufus, it's happening again.
Be quiet. We will eat dinner. We will live here. We'll be very, very happy.
Okay.
Listen, you deluded as plain as day.
Stupid transatlantic child. Do as you're told.
You.
Look there, Rufus, it's a ghost.
Oh, good Lord. It's horrible.
Yes, indeed! Terrifying, spooky ghost, and proud of it! Once a carefree youth going on BMX escapades to the clubhouse with me posse of young comrades, tripping along train tracks and discovering abandoned military installations in the backwoods, until one day we stumbled upon this old house and the dark and bloody secrets hidden beneath its foundations and built into its very frame. Soon, the gruesome spirits whispering from the walls tempted me into the service, until one by one I dispatched all of my childhood companions in various violent and improbable manners, only stopping when the handsome but troubled nerdy one heroically pushed me off roof, down to me crunchy end on the paving stones below. So now I'm a ghost! How about that?
What do you want?
You should not have come to this house. There are evil spirits here and you will not leave this place alive.
Heavens!
Your charming little nuclear family won't save you.
You're bound to turn against each other and yourselves.
That's right, Colonel. Nobody escapes the ancient evil of this place. It seeps through the very bedrock and corrupts mortal flesh at first contact. It's too late, my dear.
Holy, holy. Ecce, ecce. Ark, ark, ark. Oh, you.
Run for your lives! Out of the house! Me first! Oh! A blizzard! Listen to it.
Oh, it's hopeless. We're trapped.
Yes, we are. Let's make a run for it.
We'd never make it. Look, the whole landscape is covered in a thick layer of the haunting voice of Heidi Gowthorpe.
I was over you, for you knew we were through. Crawled up under my skin, I was just yards from caving in. So strange, now we're through, how I crave to tell you. All these words flow around my head, now you're not here in my bed. To sing of all, you always want what you can't hold. So I'm selling all my gold, and I'll not do as I am told. But I am ringing out doubt, and I'll scream and I'll shout over and out. I was over you, so told my cold heart grin. Left to face up to the facts, you weren't ever coming back. Left to face the world alone, never knowing how puzzle pieces fit back in. You were meant to be with him. There's a saying of all, you always want what you can't hold. So I'm selling all my gold, and I won't do as I am told. But I am ringing out doubts, and I'll scream and I'll shout over and out. There's a saying of all, you always want what you can't hold. There's a saying of all, you always want what you can't hold. You always want what you can't, always want what you can't. You always want what you can't hold. You always want what you can, always want what you can, always want what you can. So I'm ringing out doubt, and I'll scream and I'll shout over and out.
All right then. Well, it seems that in a surprising and impossible to predict twist, the isolated location of our new heist has backfired, leaving us beset by ghosts and beyond the reach of any help.
Well, who could have foreseen that?
Oh, here comes the criticism.
I think I'm entitled.
Oh, do you? Do you indeed?
Seems to me you're being punished for your past sins.
Watch it, you little toe rag.
Oh, goody, they're turning against each other.
Join the parade of the damned.
Thank you, Colonel. It'll be ever so much easier if you just give in.
Give in? Never! Oh, Edwina, my beloved, I didn't mean to raise my voice to you. Oh, I don't know what came over me. Possibly ghosts. But also possibly my own internal demons.
Oh, Rufus, let's not become bitter and resentful. We must stick together and support each other. Come on, me.
Oh no, they're reinforcing their wholesome familial bonds. This is bad news for us ghosts.
Mom, Pop, I support you in your newfound mutual respect and harmony.
But wouldn't it be much easier to solve your disputes with suspicion, aggression, and inevitable homicide?
You leave us alone, you horrible old spectres. You've had your time and it's over. This is our heist now, and we intend to make it a happy one.
Not much we can say to that.
No, Colonel, no. Perhaps this is the way that we will finally be able to find the rest.
Unless the resistance provokes the deeper, darker, spooky powers that bind us all here.
Something terrible is approaching. Something vile and ancient. Your last hours slip away with a tick, tick, tock.
In the deepest depths of night, you'll hear a knock, knock, knock.
Oh my God. It's a scary nursery rhyme! An oddly familiar scary nursery rhyme.
Then brains will come to get you with a shiver and a shock.
He'll keep you here forever. Pardon me, I got the nursery rhyme wrong. She'll keep you here forever. Slightly different script than I usually do. She'll keep you here forever under key and lock.
Down in ooly, ooly, ecky, ecky.
What do these words mean?
Doc. Orc. Oh! Welcome back, Strideforth. Such a pleasure to have you return to us again.
Return? Again? Yes. Yes, that deja vu. Somehow I do feel I've been here before.
This is where you belong, Strideforth. Here with us. Here in the dark. Here down below.
Down below. You leave my family alone!
But of course, your family are your concern alone. And you are mine.
Ah! No! No! No, let me go!
Oh, put him down, you naughty ghost!
Come, Strideforth! Come home!
What? Ah! Help me! No! No! Not into the basement!
Rufus! Oh. We gotta go in after him. Oh, the door's shut tight. Here's an X. Stand back. An X? No, I put it here somewhere. Oh, there we go. And there's a hole in the door now. There we go. Now, if I could just reach through. Rufus? Rufus, are you down here? Rufus?
Hello, Imogen. Hello, Edwina.
It's
all right.
Not the lady's name.
It's all right.
I thought we were past that, Rufus.
It
Sorry,
was.
go on. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Are you sure?
That's fine, go on.
Hello, Edwina.
There you go.
Yes, it's all right. I'm all right. It was rather horrible there, but it's going to be all right now.
Swell, because it looked like something terrible was happening. But now that I see you sitting calm and composed in the middle of the spooky basement, I am thoroughly reassured.
Yes. Yes, you're a very clever girl, aren't you, Anne? Yes. Yes, let me clarify for you. Do you see the earthen floor here?
Yes, Bob, I can see the floor.
Yes. Yes, that is where I will bury you after I have consumed your entrails.
Oh, stay back, Rufus. I still have this axe. Don't make me.
How?
I'm so sorry, Rufus. Didn't sound like much, but it was really quite awful.
No, quite understandable given the circumstances.
Oh, it does look rather nasty.
Yes, it's gone a good deal of the way through my enormous shoulder. Yes. Not to mention the damage to the tweeds.
You did somewhat force me to.
I did. But, well, now, of course, due to preternatural determination and strength, I have the axe.
Oh dear me! Oh.
Uli! Eki! Ah! Ah!
And so, a family altogether settles into their new home, from which they will never part. The nightmare of history gains weight and momentum as horror begets horror. Habit and tradition calcify into shabby cycles of abuse and cruelty, which no single one of you, dear listeners, has the strength to break, and which could reach out a skeletal hand and take hold of any one of us at the unseen hour. We hope that you were chilled by The Unseen Hour, Episode 21, Cracks in the Walls. The Unseen Hour is recorded live on the first Wednesday of every month at the Rosemary Branch Theatre in London, courtesy of Unattended Items. Join us next month to see the unseen. It was performed, tragically, by Brice, Stratford, Joey Timmins, and James Carney, and featured a monologue written and performed by Karla Marie Sweet. The musical guest was Heidi Gowthorpe. Theme music by The Unrecorded. The Unseen Hour is an Unseen Things production, created, written, and produced by James Carney. And the podcast is produced, and always has been, by Andy Goddard. Unseen Things will be at Vault Festival in February, with The Unseen Hour and a brand new play called The Thing That Came to Dinner. You can find The Unseen Hour in the many spooky and poorly lit basements of the internet. We all look forward to seeing you here again at the Unseen Hour.